Greetings and welcome to Caribbean Vanguard. Another boring segment. This is not one of the entertaining things, that we talk about music and dances and so forth, but it is necessary because this is the only channel that talk about the oneness, one mind of people of African descent. Everybody try to dance the line and try to kumbaya with everybody else. And we are fine with that, but we cannot do that until we fix ourselves, right? So countries meeting at Caricom are seeking the appropriate apology and compensation. Caribbean leaders are defending the region's pursuit of slave reparations, describing compensations for centuries of enslavement and oppression as a matter of simple justice. Antigua and Barbuda Prime Minister Gaston Brown said that Caribbean states are not seeking handouts and that we are at the final stages of this issue and a reset in relationship between the Caribbean and Europe, in which there's an apology for wrongdoings of our forebears and at the same time some form of compensation. Brown said that our forebears, meaning people of the Caribbean, were treated as chattel who worked for hundreds of years with no type or no form of compensation or payment, and that it created a debt along with the fact that resources of the Caribbean and profits of these resources were sent to Europe, North America. We have to ensure we don't leave out North America because keep in mind that this was all part of this European dynasty where you had the French, you have the British, you had the Dutch, all of them came together to enslave people of African descent. So resources were sent to Europe, North America to build their cities, their universities, and to develop their technologies, to advance their economies, and they left the Caribbean region lacking of necessary institutions for development, with not even one education facility or healthcare facilities. St. Vincent and the Grenadines Prime Minister Ralph Gonsalves, who was a founding member of the Caribbean Reparation Movement, said that reparations are part of addressing the legacies of underdevelopment which have been caused by native genocide and the enslavement of African bodies. We are asking those who benefited from slavery, including the European countries, for some recompense, some reparations, some repairing. Here's the thing about that. We can't even get an apology from them. They see no guilt in it. They like to say that nobody living today was slaves and nobody living today was slave owners. But what they fail to look at is that the nations that enslaved the people still exist. We can still see the people where they are, the descendants of those people affected here. So you telling me that if a parent was disenfranchised by a nation or by a company or organization and get killed, you're telling me that his descendants does not receive or deserve some type of compensation? See, people think that we are stupid and we allow them to get away with this mess. All we have to do is use their same laws, their same rationale, their same logic and argument against them. Local people, I must say, we should not wait for it or rely on it. We need to pull together regardless, because our best reparation, the greatest reparation, is self-success. Is for us to control our destiny and for us to take our destiny out of their hands. That will be the greatest reparation and the best gift that we can give the future generation. And we have to ensure that we don't forget this part that he said, the genocide. We talk about the benefits of slavery, but you have institutions, we have organizations, we have nations that committed the worst crimes ever seen, and they continue to flourish to this day. They have not paid a dime. They continue to benefit. In his final address as Caricom chairman, the Grenada Prime Minister, Dickon Mitchell, stressed that Caricom's demand for reparations was not just about historical redress, but about securing the commitment to justice that would prevent any form of human exploitation in the future. But I must say this though, Prime Minister Mitchell, human exploitation is still happening to this day. Nation exploitation is still happening to this day. They have never relinquished their position. They continue to control the Caribbean. We still turn to them for all things. They still own all of the hotels throughout the Caribbean. They control the hospitals, everything. They simply went back to the drawing board, revamped their plan, and came in with a more subtle, clever, sneaky strategy. And then we have CBI, Citizens by Investment, tourism, you rely on them, we rely on them. And then all the money they made, they can buy themselves into becoming citizens, into becoming equal as the citizen and benefit just as much. So how will reparation benefit the people who were affected? We are using their names. These nations did not exist during those times. So that is the part that the local people need to ensure that we don't lose track of. We need to ensure that these governments do not take your reparation and simply toss it into the nation. And in doing so, everybody benefits. And the people who are going to benefit the most out of it are the people who own the hotels, are the people who are already rich in your country. Prime Minister Mitchell said that as long as we do not openly and explicitly reject the idea that one human being can own another human being, we can run the risk that the idea may somehow take root again and allow to flourish. There need to be some wheeling back, I must say, of these things that are done. We know who took the lands. The people can still be found. There also need to be some conversations, some discussions about giving the land back over. But African people, and I am reluctant in saying African people because it seems to me that the word Africans has been corrupted. Same so, the word black people have been corrupted because we have so many degenerates within us. Prime Minister Mitchell said that descendants of people who fought for their freedom from chattel slavery, we owe it to ourselves and to future generations of humanity to ensure that the transatlantic slave trade and enslavement of African people in the Caribbean, Latin, Central, South, and North America is accepted as a crime against humanity and that the appropriate apology and compensation is rendered. Mitchell also advocated the continued support for Haiti. He said to make no mistake, Haiti symbolizes the revolution that changed this part of the world. Had it not been for Haiti, the idea that one human being could own another human being as chattel slavery and put him to work for their profit may very well still be persistent. And so we owe it to the island, all of us who are freed, the descendants of freedmen and women who fought for their freedom, to ensure that we continue supporting and advocating for the partnership and support to bring Haiti back from the brink. And this is one thing I realized about Minister Mitchell, and I applaud him for that. He never forget to give Haiti their flowers. He never leave Haiti out. And this shows you that he's aware that we are one people, the same people across the Caribbean. I don't know to what extent he understands that. But yes, Haiti helped to end chattel slavery. But today we are dealing with a new form of slavery, modernized slavery. The Caribbean nations are adept to these people. You cannot deny them. They are so strategically placed throughout your community. And then the next thing, we had the wenches who are not making it any better, who like to say that love is love and love is blind. Lying bastards. They know damn well that love is not blind. The self-hatred within our people is crazy. It is time for us to realize our strength and our power, and for us to stand up once again, and for us to rebuild. So like-minded vanguards throughout the Caribbean and Africa, the continent, the Americas, it's few of us, very few, but it doesn't take a lot. It just takes a few of us in each country to turn the community around and to connect with each other. Our Caribbean nations want to keep this flag thing and so forth, which we can, but we realize that it is beyond those flags. Our connection goes beyond those flags. We are one people. Maybe we need to find one flag again, or maybe we need to keep the Pan-African flag. I don't know if it is still pure enough for us to use it. But we can still have our pocket where we build, and we're still connected to the idea, the greater vision. But we cannot be a part of a group that have all type of people mixed in with it. And these people have their crap together and we don't. We can't go sitting at the table. We can't show up to the game. And we are all over the place. We're going to make a fool of ourselves. We're going to continue doing that. So we have to pull it together. We have to get ourselves together. And that way we can help each other. And in doing so, we can also help the world.